So Annalise, congratulations. How exciting was that medal race?
Yeah, it was really exciting. After the start, I actually wasn't looking so good. I had a bad start and then kind of got pinched off by Tula, and then Heidi went over the top of me. So I was a little bit worried that I was going to be out of the race, but I managed to get back into it towards the end of the top beat, and then I kind of gained a bit on the first downwind and got around the right gate, and from there it was actually pretty easy. But yeah, it was definitely a good race.
Were you nervous before the race? Tell us what was going through your mind before the start?
No, I wasn't really nervous. I was really looking forward to it. It was a good way to sort of practice a lot of things I've been working on. It was going to be always a difficult race because at the end of the day we've already done a whole week of racing, but it only has counted for 1 point for me. So I knew that it could go either way in this race and I could end up losing out quite a lot, but I wasn't too worried. I just knew I wanted to go out and have a good race and hopefully things would work out.
Before you launched, the aura winds started blowing in and it was all set for you. You know, it was do you think it was a fairy tale ending despite the format that you had to race with?
No, it was definitely a nice breeze. We had the aura, which is probably the strongest we've had it all week. I don't know if it made a big difference because the race was so short, but it made for a fun race. We had pretty fast downwind, so yeah, I was pretty happy with it in the end.
For all the fans and your family and your followers that are following you all the way, what actually happened in the race? They want to know all those juicy details.
Well, I don't know. I started and I ended up in a bad position, so I was definitely a little bit worried for a while. I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to get back into the race because I was probably in last for a good part of the first upwind. But I decided that I wanted to win this event and I was working hard towards it. I knew the other girls were as well though, so I just didn't give up until I was in front, and then I just sort of managed to pull out a good bit. So from there it was actually quite a nice race for me.
So was this an important victory for you? For all that you've been through, you've worked really hard. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was nice to win the event because I've been leading quite a lot of events lately and things haven't gone so well for me in the medal race and it's been disappointing. So it's important for me to go out today, I think, for myself and not end up sort of messing up the medal race as such, and that was definitely sort of a worthwhile thing for me.
Now, Annalise, you have had, you have tried a lot of formats. Is it working? Is it not working? What are your comments?
I don't think this format works. I don't think you should do 9 races that only count towards one race and then one 20-minute race that counts the same. I don't think that makes fair sailing. Sailing is about consistency, and if that's the way that they're going to make events, it will just mean that you'll have different winners at each event, and probably the better sailors mightn't always come out on top, which I think can be hard for the sort of sport of sailing. But it was good to do this week. It was a different format. I think it also kind of maybe shows that it doesn't actually work out so well, which might help things along. Probably wasn't watched by as many spectators as, say, athletics. Well, not even close, probably. But I can understand that ISAF are trying to make sailing more exciting, and there's definitely ways of doing that. I think in Weymouth, how they had the Noath course made sailing really exciting. We were sailing just underneath the sort of the spectator viewing point, and they tried to make sailing a bit more understandable. It is going to be confusing for people that don't sail. It's just a matter of fact, that's the way it is. There's going to be other sports as well that sailors would watch and wouldn't understand, but I think that's sort of a way of making it exciting, rather than that they just have these big regattas and then final races that count for so much, which it might make it slightly more understandable for the average spectator that doesn't understand sailing, but it definitely won't help sailors out in the long run.
Congratulations again, and a well-deserved victory.
Thanks very much, AJ.